I'm Saki. I married my husband Ken 2 years ago, and we have a 1-year-old son Ryo. The three of us are living a happy married life. He's not back yet. Maybe he's working overtime. Or so I thought. But looking back, I realize our life might be far from happy. Ken was kind when we were dating, but since we got married, he doesn't speak to me kindly anymore. And even when he's late like today, he doesn't bother to call.
Boo-hoo.
There. Daddy will be home soon. Even though we both work, Ken leaves all the housework and childcare to me. I took it all on, thinking he must be tired from working late, but... You're back. I made dinner, but it got cold. I'll heat it up.
No, it's fine. I already ate with a coworker.
Oh, I see. But I appreciate it if you could let me know.
If I'm this late, it's normal to think I've already eaten.
That's the opposite of what you said last time. Ken coming home late isn't new. Last time, he didn't answer his phone no matter how many times I called. So I assumed he was out drinking with coworkers and didn't prepare dinner. But when he came home around midnight, he yelled, "Why isn't there any dinner for me?" So today, I made dinner and waited until this late, but... Hey, can't you come home a little earlier?
I have work obligations.
I understand that, but you've been coming home late every day. Dio misses you when you're not here. I know he has work obligations. I'm not asking him to never go out, but sometimes I wish he prioritized his family. That's why I said it, but it seems Ken didn't like it.
You are so annoying. Taking care of Ryo is your job. Why do I have to adjust to you too?
Don't say it like that. When Ken doesn't like what I say, he yells and forces his opinions on me. This has been going on, and between work and childcare, I'm already exhausted physically and mentally.
Besides, you hardly work during the day, so you should have plenty of time. I think you could be a little more considerate of me.
I do work, you know.
You are not an employee. Just sitting in a room staring at a computer doesn't bring in much money. Don't act like you are working hard. Don't compare yourself to someone who works hard every day like me.
I've explained this many times. I
don't care if it's novels or whatever. You're just doing it as a hobby in your spare time. If you could make money from that, nobody would struggle.
With that, Ken left the room without listening to what I had to say. I've been a writer since before I married Ken. But Ken, with his old-fashioned thinking that I can't earn money working from home, never took me seriously. I used to think he was just stressed and irritable from work, but recently I've started to wonder if he's really working late. It was about 6 months ago. Ken, who's usually messy, started keeping his phone with him at all times. I sometimes worry he might be cheating instead of working late. But then I feel guilty for doubting him if he really is working late. But... Ken, how about we take Ryo out somewhere this Sunday? The weather looks nice.
Can you let me have my free time on my days off?
But you've been out every weekend recently. Maybe you could take Ryo with you sometimes.
All you ever talk about is Ryo. Every time you open your mouth, it's Ryo this, Ryo that. If I can do what I want on my days off, I shouldn't have gotten married.
You don't have to say it like that.
Aya was so much better than you. She wasn't annoying, was cute, and used to give me massages when I was tired.
Aya is Ken's ex-girlfriend. He dated her before we got married, and whenever he's upset, he brings up her name. At first, it made me sad to be compared to his ex. But after we got married, I got tired of Ken constantly talking about her. You keep mentioning Aya. You must have really liked her.
Of course. Unlike you, she's young, beautiful, and considerate.
I couldn't believe he could talk about his ex so casually in front of me. I was too stunned to respond. A few days later, Ken told me something that left me in shock. Huh? What did you just say?
I said, Aya's pregnant, so I'm going to marry her.
What is he talking about? I was confused and unable to understand his shocking words, and Ken continued explaining without any remorse.
I ran into Aya about 6 months ago. After talking, I realized I still love her. Turns out she feels the same, so we decided to get back together. I didn't expect her to get pregnant so soon, though.
Ken's ridiculous words didn't shock me as much as they just made me feel fed up. I see. Ken seemed to sense my unusual calmness, but he wasn't focused on that and quickly spoke up.
Pack your things right now.
What?
I'm divorcing you, so get out.
What? Why me?
Aya and I are going to live here starting today. She'll be here soon, so hurry up and leave.
As I was stunned by Ken's selfish words, the intercom suddenly rang. Ken, has your wife left yet?
You are early. I'm still explaining.
I couldn't understand Ken's actions, and I was equally shocked by Aya's nerve, not just having an affair but planning to move in and kick me out. Well, hurry up and make her leave. I need to move my stuff in. Are you Aya? It looks like my husband's been in your care. Yes, indeed. Since you've heard from Ken, could you leave already? We can't relax with you here, and it wouldn't be good for the baby if anything happens. You don't have to tell me twice. I don't want to be around you too. It's bad for real. I used to get sad thinking Ken might be cheating, but now I feel nothing. Actually, I want to cut ties with these crazy people and never deal with them again. Ken, if we get divorced, you won't regret it?
Huh? Aya is a better woman than you. Why would I regret it? Actually, I'll be relieved when you are gone.
I see. Well, I hope you both have a happy life. I packed my things, took Ryo, and left the house. Until I found a new place, I stayed at my parents' home. They were shocked, but welcomed us with open arms. I submitted the signed divorce papers Ken gave me, and soon found a new apartment. Ryo and I started our new life. One day, hello, Saki, I went to my brother's house and found a woman there. He told me you two divorced. Is this some kind of joke? That's Miki. She's Ken's sister and my friend of college. It's true. Ken was cheating with his ex-girlfriend. What? He said he wanted to get back with her and planned to live with her in that house. So I left with Ryo. Now we're living in the new apartment. What? That idiot bra. How could he do this to you? Unlike Ken, Miki is kind and treats me like a real sister. I felt uncomfortable explaining it to her, but she listened and got really angry on my behalf. I can't believe how thoughtless and reckless he's been. It's a miracle you married my brother in the first place. She was genuinely worried about me and furious at her brother. I'm really sorry, Saki. I know apologizing won't fix anything, and I can't ask you to get back with him. But I can't stand the thought of those two living happily after hurting you. Thank you. I won't let this end like this. I've already taken steps. Will you help me, Miki? Of course. Just tell me what to do. 2 weeks later, I got a call from an unknown number. Hello?
Saki, I heard you and Ryo moved into a new apartment.
Yes?
Oh, wait, that's not important right now. I need to ask you something. Your income?
Who is this?
What?
You've been awfully familiar, but I think you have the wrong number. Goodbye.
Wait, hold on. This is Saki's phone, right? It's me, Ken.
Ken. Oh, right, my ex-husband was named Ken. Why didn't you say so at the start? And you're calling from a different number.
Sorry, I can't use my phone right now because of some circumstances.
Some circumstances.
More importantly, why didn't you tell me about something so important?
Something important? I thought I told him all the important things.
You are the author of a super popular novel series, aren't you? I heard it's getting an anime adaptation.
So that's why he called me. I've been a writer since before we got married. One of my series became very popular, selling over 10 million copies and getting an anime adaptation. My monthly income is way higher than Ken's, and even with a small child, we live comfortably without him. Actually, it was more difficult for...
Come to my house. I need to talk to you.
Why should I listen to you? Ken was just as arrogant and condescending as ever, so I responded coldly.
I'm telling you, it's not a bad deal for you either.
Ken hung up without waiting for my answer. Well, just because we got divorced doesn't mean his selfish personality will change that easily. I don't intend to obey him, but I have things to discuss with them too. I grabbed my envelope and headed to Ken's house. When I arrived, Ken, Aya, and Miki were there.
I'm getting back together with you.
What? I was stunned by what he said out of the blue.
I realized you are the most important person to me.
Hey, what are you talking about? You're supposed to marry me.
You are the one who got yourself into debt.
Apparently, Aya borrowed a lot of money from various lenders and couldn't repay it. She ran into Ken when she was desperate and found out he worked for a big company, so she approached him.
Who would want to get back with someone like you once they knew you had debt?
You were the one who wanted to get back together first. I'm not breaking up with you. As I was shocked by their argument, Ken said something even more unbelievable.
So, Saki, you can pay off Aya's debt.
What?
If her debt's gone, she'll leave me. Then I can get back with you. And we can live together with Ryo like before. Her debt is about 5 million yen, but for a popular writer like you, that's not a big deal, right?
He actually thinks I'd pay off Aya's debt to get back with him? How can he be so cruel and think I'd return after everything he has done? There's no way I'm going back to someone as awful as you. What's in it for me?
What?
If I pay off her debt and get back with you, what's my benefit?
Well, we could live together as a family again. Ryo needs a father, after all.
Honestly, Ryo's better off without a father like you.
What?
Ken was visibly upset, raising his voice.
We've been a family all this time, and now you are being so cold. Miki, you should also say something to Saki.
Ken had called Miki here to help persuade me, but she wasn't going to support his ridiculous demands. Are you serious, Ken? I'm here to protect Saki from you two.
But you are my sister. You should be on my side.
I can't side with someone who cheated and threw Saki out, only to try and get back with her once you found out she makes more money than your ex-step. That's just slow.
What did you say?
Ken, no matter what you say, I'm not coming back to you.
No way.
But I can't just walk away without a final farewell. I took out some photos from the envelope and spread them on the table.
What's this?
When did you take these? Did you think I wouldn't notice Ken's suspicious behavior? I suspected you were cheating, so I hired a detective to get these photos. Ken and Aya turned pale, seeing the pictures of them together. I'm going to ask for alimony, so be prepared for that.
Alimony?
Why? You're making lots of money, aren't you? You know I'm struggling with debt. Your debt has nothing to do with me. What? You cheated with a married man and thought I'd just let you off with a divorce? No way. Also, Ken will be paying child support for you.
Wait, if we get remarried, I wouldn't have to pay child support or alimony.
Even now, he's still thinking like this. I deserve child support from Ken too. I'll use the money to pay the alimony. That should solve everything, right?
What are you talking about?
Alright, Aya, you mentioned you're pregnant, but... Aya, is that baby really Ken's? What? I wanted to know more about my husband's affair partner, so I had the detective look into you too. I took out another set of photos from the envelope. You seem to have been with quite a few men. Isn't it a bit premature to assume that baby's Ken's? No way! Why do you have those photos?
Aya, what's going on?
You can use Ken's child support to pay alimony if you want, but I recommend doing a DNA test first. I'm leaving now. From now on, let's talk through our lawyers. And just so you know, if you try to contact me or come see me, I'll talk to the police.
The police?
I'm leaving too. Staying here any longer is a waste of time.
Wait, Saki, Miki, are you abandoning me too?
I don't consider you family anymore. Don't contact me.
No way.
Ken didn't say anything else, likely shocked that even his sister had abandoned him. Saki, I'm sorry my brother put you through so much. It's not your fault, Miki. In fact, having you there made me feel much stronger. I've always admired you as my sister-in-law, but I'm also a huge fan of your work as a writer. So if it's okay with you, I'd love to stay friends like before. Of course, I'd like that too. Great. Shortly after Ken and Aya broke up, Aya tried to get Ken to pay child support, but he insisted on a DNA test first. Reluctantly, Aya agreed to the test, which revealed that the baby wasn't Ken's. After their breakup, Aya put the baby up for adoption and started working tirelessly to pay off her debts and alimony she owed me. Ken, devastated by the loss of me and Miki, started drinking heavily. Recently, he drunkenly confessed his affair to a co-worker. Perhaps it was his own fault. Word spread from his co-worker to his boss, and soon everyone at work knew he had kicked out his wife to get back with his ex. He was labeled a terrible person, and his boss suggested him to resign. Now unemployed, he couldn't find another job and had to scrape by with part-time work, slowly depleting his savings. As for me,
I'm home.
You're back! 6 years have passed, and Ryo is now in elementary school.
Mom, your story got turned into a movie recently, right? My classmate said he's a big fan of yours. It made me so happy.
Really? Thanks! Since then, I've continued my career as a writer and have a comfortable life. The pain from Ken's infidelity feels like a distant memory, and I'm truly glad we separated. I find joy in the simple daily moments, watching Rose smile and seeing him grow.